So the next topic is very important, that is congestion control in TCP. So in this video, we are going to see how TCP handles congestion of network. We have seen about this equation before, that is inflow control in TCP. Suppose if the rate at which sender is sending the data packet is more than the available buffer space in the receiver, then the receiver will not be able to store the remaining incoming packets. As a result of which the receiver will be discarding those packets. Now the solution to this one was receiver to send the available buffer space every time to the sender. So this receiver used to do by using the window size field of the TCP header. If you remember the TCP header, then there is a window size field that receiver advertise every time in the acknowledgement packet to the sender. Now accordingly, sender used to adjust its window size. That is, for example, let us say currently the available buffer space in the receiver is 10 segment. So the value of window size receiver used to make it to 10. Accordingly, it is an information to the sender that in the next communication, the maximum number of data packet that sender can transmit is 10 segments. Now this used to solve the problem of flow control, that is sending 10 segment will not be overwhelming receiver. But here we totally ignored the third entity, that is the network. So that is, what if the network is not in position to carry 10 segments? So here comes the solution to the congestion problem of the network. That is not only the receiver's window size that is important for the sender to decide how many data packets can be transmitted at a time. We also need to consider what is the current capacity of the network. That is how many packets the network can carry at this point in time. So the actual window size now is calculated by using the this formula, that is it is equals to minimum of receiver's window size and the congestion window size. So this congestion window size is nothing but the capacity of the network. So how many packets the network can carry at each point in time. So TCP uses 3 algorithms for controlling the congestion, that is slow start, congestion avoidance, and congestion detection. In slow start, there will be exponential increase, that is the rate at which the sender will be transmitting the packets will be exponential. In congestion avoidance, this rate will be less, that is it will be additive increase. Once the congestion is detected, the speed with which sender will be transmitting will be reduced to either slow start or congestion avoidance phase. Okay, this is called multiplicative decrease. Here we are going to assume that the receiver's window size is very large. So our main focus will be on congestion window size and how sender calculates or adjusts its window size based on the congestion in the network. So here the sender is going to start with slow start phase, wherein the rate of data packet transmission will be exponential increase. Then it will go to congestion avoidance phase, wherein the rate of transmission is additive increase. And once the sender detects the congestion, it will go back to either slow start phase or congestion avoidance phase. So this algorithm is what we are going to discuss in detail in this video. In the slow start phase, the sender is going to start with window size of 1 MSS. MSS is maximum segment size. That is the size of one segment that the network can carry. So this sender will be determining in the starting phase of the network itself. And in the slow start phase, the sender is going to start with sending one segment. And then the number of segments that will be transmitted in each iteration will be exponential, will be increased exponentially. So how it works, we are going to see here. So the sender will be increasing the rate of data transmission exponentially. That is, for each acknowledgement that the sender will be receiving from the receiver, it is going to increase the window size by 1 MSS. For example, initially the number of segment that the sender will be sending is 1. Now when it will be receiving acknowledgement for this one segment, in the next iteration, the sender's window size will be 2. That is, sender will be sending 2 segments simultaneously to the receiver. Now when sender will be receiving acknowledgement for these 2 segments, it is going to make its window size 4. That is, sender can send 4 segments simultaneously to the receiver. Now when sender will be receiving acknowledgement for all these 4 segments, so in this 4, it is going to add 4. So that means in the next iteration, sender's window size is 8. So sender can send the 8 number of segments simultaneously to the receiver. Now here how the number of segments is increasing is, initially it is 1, that is 2 raised to power 0. In the next iteration, sender can send 2 segments, that is 2 raised to power 1. In the next iteration, sender can send 4 segments, that is 2 raised to power 2. In the next iteration, sender can send 8 segments, so that is 2 raised to power 3. So this increase is exponential increase. Now we cannot let this exponential increase to go indefinitely, because this way the number of packets in the network is getting increased. So there has to be some point wherein the sender should be stopping this exponential increase. So that is the threshold. So this exponential increase will continue until a threshold is reached. After that, another algorithm will start, that is congestion avoidance. For example, let us say the value of threshold is 8. So in TCP congestion control, the threshold is called slow start threshold, which means that the sender will keep on increasing its window size exponentially until it reaches value 8. So once the value of the congestion window size is equal to 8, sender will stop this exponential increase and it will go to congestion avoidance phase. So we are going to see this slow start algorithm here. As I said that initially the value is 1. In each iteration, for each acknowledgement that the sender will receive, its congestion window size will be increased by 1. So in total, it is going to be exponential increase. So this is slow start algorithm. Slow start does not mean that the rate of data transmission is slow. It only means that the initial window size of sender is only 1 MSS. That is, sender is going to start by sending only 1 segment, but for each acknowledgement it will be receiving, its congestion window size will be reduced by 1. So that means the increase will be exponential, and this will continue until the window size reaches the threshold. Now how this threshold will be calculated, that we will see in the subsequent slides. This algorithm we are discussing is the first type of TCP congestion control algorithm, that is Tahoe. So here we can see one example of slow start algorithm, that initially, since the window size is only 1, so sender will be sending only 1 segment. Now for this, sender will start a timer called retransmission timer. That is, within this time, sender will be waiting to receive acknowledgement from the receiver. If it receives acknowledgement within RTT time, then sender will be sending next set of segments. So initial congestion window size was 1. For this acknowledgement which sender will be receiving, it will be increasing its window size by 1 more. So in the next step, the size of the congestion window will be 2. So 1 plus 1, that is 2. So in the next step, sender can send 2 segments. So for this 2 segment also, sender will be starting a timer, and if it receives acknowledgement within RTT time, then it is going to increase the congestion window size for each acknowledgement that it will be receiving. That is, previously the value of congestion window size was 2. Now it is receiving 2 acknowledgements, so the updated congestion window size will be 4. So that means in the next step, sender can simultaneously transmit 4 segments. So here sender is sending 4 segments, for which if it receives the acknowledgement for all 4 segments, that is 4 acknowledgement, then its congestion window size again will be increased for each acknowledgement that it will be receiving. So that is, previously the congestion window size was 4. Now it is receiving 4 segment, which means the updated value of congestion window size in the sender will be 4 plus 4, that is 8. So in the next step, sender can send 8 segments. This is nothing but, for example, here we are going to see this example again from the starting. Initial congestion window size was 1, so senders transmitted 1 segment. Now when it received 1 acknowledgement, the congestion window size increased by 1, so now it becomes 2. When it will be receiving 2 acknowledgement, the congestion window size will be increased by 2 more, so 2 plus this 2, so now it becomes 4. When it will be receiving this 4 acknowledgement, congestion window size will be increased by 4 plus 4. So now it becomes 8. Okay, so in the next iteration, sender can transmit 8 segments simultaneously to the receiver. So this will continue until threshold is reached. Okay, so as we were discussing in the previous slide, suppose if the value of threshold is 8 only at this point, then at this point the sender will stop this slow start phase and it will start another phase, that is congestion avoidance. So this is congestion avoidance, wherein the rate at which the window size will be increased is additive. That is, in each iteration, it is not the window size will not be increased for every acknowledgement. Window size will be increased by 1 for the set of the acknowledgement that it will be receiving. For example, let us say when the window size reached threshold value, that is SS threshold, suppose the window size was X. Now it transmitted X number of segments and it received, let us say, X number of acknowledgement. So for all those X number of acknowledgement, sender will be increasing its congestion window size by 1. So now it will be waiting to receive acknowledgement for X plus 1 number of segment. If it receives X plus 1 number of acknowledgement, then again it is going to increase the congestion window size by 1 more. So which means that in each iteration, the congestion window size will be increased by only 1. Okay, not for each acknowledgement, but for the set of acknowledgements, window size will be increased by 1. So that is why it is called additive increase. We are going to see this example. That is, once the slow start gets over, that is when the congestion window size reaches threshold value, for every W number of segments acknowledged, the congestion window size will be increased by 1. Now this will continue until the sender detects congestion condition in the network. Okay, so when sender detects that there is a congestion in the network, sender will go to next phase, that is congestion detection. We will see later on about the congestion detection. So here you can see initially the rate of increase in the window size was exponential, that is slow start phase. Now when threshold is reached, it is increasing only by 1, so it is additive increase. So rate of increase in the window size has been reduced. Now this will continue until there is congestion detected by the sender. Now after that, once the congestion is detected, the window size may be reduced to 1 again, or it can be reduced to some other value that we will see later on. Now let us see the example of congestion avoidance. Let us say currently the value of congestion window size in the sender side size is 4. So that means sender will be sending 4 segments simultaneously, and it will be waiting to receive acknowledgement for all these 4 segments. That is, this is the acknowledgement sender received for the 4 segments that was sent. Now after receiving the acknowledgement, sender will be increasing its congestion window size by 1 more. That is, previously it was 4, now it will be 5. Which means that sender can send 5 segments simultaneously to the receiver in this iteration. So sender has transmitted 5 segments. Previously it was 4, now 1 more has been added. Now, again, the sender will be waiting to receive acknowledgement. If it receives acknowledgement for all these 5 segments, that is 5 acknowledgement, then sender will be increasing its congestion window size by 1 more. So that means now the window size is going to be 6. So sender will be transmitting 6 segments for which it will be waiting to receive acknowledgement, 6 acknowledgement. So in the next iteration, again the window size will be increased by 1. So that means it will be 7. So in the next iteration, sender will be transmitting 7 segments simultaneously to the receiver. So let us see the same thing again here. At this point in time, the size of the congestion window was 4. Now when sender received 4 acknowledgement, it will be increasing the size of congestion window by 1 more. Now it will become 5. So when it will be receiving the acknowledgement for 5 segments, again the congestion window size will be increased by 1. So now it will become 6. Similarly, when it will be receiving the acknowledgement for 6 segments, the congestion window size now will be increased by 1 more, that is 7. Sorry, this is 7. So this is additive increase. So rate of increase in the window size is very much less in comparison to exponential increase, which was there in slow start phase. Now this will continue until sender detects congestion in the network. Okay, so how this congestion will be detected, this we will see in the next slide. Next phase is congestion detection. In this phase, sender will be detecting the congestion condition in the network, and then it will reinitiate the congestion control mechanisms. That is either slow start or additive increase or the congestion avoidance phase. Okay. Now, how sender can detect that there is congestion in the network is, there is only one solution till date. That is, when sender will have to retransmit a segment, that means there is a congestion in the network. Okay, so what are the cases when the sender will have to retransmit is when timeout has occurred or when sender has received 3 duplicate acknowledgement. So we are going to see each one of them here. Sender, after sending a segment, it will start a timer that is called retransmission timer. So sender will be waiting to receive acknowledgement until the expiration of this retransmission timer. And within this timer, if the sender does not receive any acknowledgement, it means that there is a possibility of congestion in the network. Now this is a stronger possibility of congestion, which means for the set of segments that the sender had transmitted, it did not receive any acknowledgement, which means that there is a possibility that all those segments were lost in the network. Okay, so that means the congestion in the network is very high. In this case, the TCP reacts very strongly. Okay, so in the after this congestion is detected by using timeout, the recovery mechanism is going to go like this in this 3 step. First of all, the sender will be calculating the threshold for the next iteration. We have been discussing about the threshold from the very beginning, that this threshold value is used to stop the exponential increase. That is, initially, this threshold value will be calculated based on the type of the network. Usually this threshold value in most of the network is 65,535 bytes. But it also depends on the type of network. Now, every time in each iteration, the when the congestion is detected, the threshold value will be recalculated. So when congestion is detected because of timeout, this threshold value will be set to 1/2 of the current window size. For example, let us say currently the window size in the sender is 8. For the next iteration, the new threshold value will be equals to 1/2 of the value that is 8, which is going to be equals to 4. So from the next iteration, the new value of threshold will be equals to 4. Now, once the threshold is calculated, sender will be making the size of the congestion window to one segment, and which means that it is going to start with slow start phase. Okay, this is important, that when congestion is detected because of timeout, sender in the next iteration will be starting from slow start phase, and its threshold will be equal to 1/2 of the current window size. Now, there can be a situation wherein the sender has transmitted set of segments for which it is receiving duplicate acknowledgement, 3 duplicate acknowledgement. For example, let us say sender transmitted 4 segments, and let's say that the first segment was lost, but the sender received acknowledgement for remaining 3 segments. Now for those remaining 3 segments, its number will be the number for the first segment. Okay, so that is why it becomes as per the acknowledgement number, it becomes duplicate acknowledgement. So this we had discussed in the previous video, that when sender is receiving 3 duplicate acknowledgement, then also there is a possibility of congestion, but this is weaker possibility of congestion. That is, out of 4 segments that was sent by the sender, only 1 segment was lost. Remaining 3 segments receiver received successfully. That is why receiver sent 3 acknowledgement, isn't it? This is called fast retransmission and fast recovery policy. So this is a weaker possibility of congestion. So TCP will be reacting in a weaker form. Now, what are the steps that the TCP will be doing once it receives 3 duplicate acknowledgement is, first of all, again the threshold will be recalculated, which is again going to be 1/2 of the current window size, which is same as that of the previous mechanism. Now, in the next step, the new congestion window size value will be equals to threshold. Okay. Now, let us say the threshold value is 4. Its congestion window size value will also be equals to 4, which means the sender is going to start with congestion avoidance phase. Okay. Now, this is very important. In the previous case, when congestion is detected because of timeout, the sender's window size was equals to 1, and it was starting from slow start phase, that is exponentially it was increasing the window size. But when sender detects the congestion because of 3 duplicate acknowledgement, it is starting its congestion window size for the next iteration from the value that is equals to threshold, and it is going to start with the congestion avoidance phase. So this was the example why the sender may receive 3 duplicate acknowledgement. As we can see here, the segment 2 is lost in the network, but 3, 4, 5 receiver received successfully. So it will be sending 3 duplicate acknowledgement with same number. So that means there is 3 duplicate acknowledgement. So this is also because of congestion, but the congestion is not very much. Only some segments are getting lost. So in that case, instead of going back to the slow start phase, sender can go back to only additive increase phase. Let us understand this using one example. Let's say that currently the window size is 32. Okay, and at this point, the sender detected congestion and because of timeout, let us say. So now for the next iteration, first of all, the sender will be calculating threshold, which is equal to 1/2 of the current window size, which is currently 32. For the next iteration, the value of the threshold will be 16. Okay. So what are the steps that will be taken afterwards that we are going to see? And and it is given to us that when in the next iteration, when the window size reaches 20, the sender detects congestion again using timeout. And in the next iteration, when the window size reaches 12, the sender is detecting congestion again, but by using the concept of 3 duplicate acknowledgement. Okay, so let us see this. Now, currently the window size is 32, and congestion is detected because of the timeout. So now new threshold is 32 divided by 2, which is 16, and sender is starting from slow start. That is, its window size it is making to 1. So it is sending 1 segment, and it is waiting to receive acknowledgement. When it receives the acknowledgement, it will be sending 2 segments. When it will be receiving the acknowledgement, it will be sending 4 segments, then 8, and so on. Okay, so it is increasing exponentially until the window size reaches 16. So when the value of window size reaches 16, the additive increase, that is congestion avoidance phase, is starting, wherein in each iteration the window size will be increasing by 1. So that is from 16 to 17, 18, 19, and so on. So until a point when the window size reached 20, equals to 20, you can see here, this is the window size, which is equal to 20. When it becomes 20, the timeout has occurred for a segment. So sender will be reinitiating the congestion control mechanism because the timeout has occurred. So the steps will be, for the next iteration, the new threshold that sender will be calculating is the timeout occurred when congestion window size was 20. So new threshold value will be 10, here. And again, the sender is going to start from slow start. So exponential increase in the window size will be there until it reaches a value that is 12, which was given in question itself. So once the congestion window size reaches 12, let us say sender is detecting congestion by using 3 duplicate acknowledgement. Now in this case, again so here you can see that additive increase has, this is the additive increase phase. 3 duplicate acknowledgement after sender receives. Okay, again the threshold calculation will take place. So these 3 acknowledgements sender received when the window size was 12. So in the next step, the window size is going to be 6. Okay, and sender will be starting with the window size of 6. So it is going to start in the additive increase, that is the congestion avoidance phase. So this congestion avoidance phase will continue until again the congestion is detected. So this is how the congestion control by TCP proceeds. So same thing has been discussed by using this flowchart. Now we can see here the relationship between slow start, congestion avoidance, and congestion detection, that is fast recovery. So you can just go through this diagram once, you will be able to understand everything that we discussed till now. These are the examples, okay, which you have to go through, understand it, and try to solve it. The answer has been given. So similarly, some of the question that was asked in GATE has been given here. You just go through, try to understand how this answer is calculated, and if there is any doubt, you can contact me or you can WhatsApp me. So these are the questions which you need to solve. Okay.